because that's like the last week, which would make 16.
You put it on all linemen?
Yeah, you can put it on anybody as long as they're not over 80.
Oh yeah, I'm about to put on one of my rookie linemen.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my last one gonna go on this one of these linemen I got. Goddamn. I wanted to put my superstar on the lineman, but I also needed a safety real bad. I ain't feel like waiting to build it. Goddamn.
Yeah, my next superstar I get, I'm putting on Jared Davis.
Nah, it ain't gonna be no more superstars. I
Oh,
only
well,
nah. I did that for this year because whoever made the rookie class, they made all the rookies normals. Like he just made every single rookie normal. Like Okuda and all them. Instead of them being like stars and superstars, he made them all normal. So I was like, I could give it back by letting people pick who they want the shit on. And at 10 games, it was I was letting people like put a superstar for the first year. So, but every 4 games you get a star, and then that one
Coach, a very
superstar.
warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way,
What the hell?
yeah, you ain't see that shit?
Now mine had just popped up. I guess yours had popped up because you said what the hell? Try that shit again. Ready?
Yeah.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. On first down, Swift. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game. So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
right, 22.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. They'll get 3 out of the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now it's Bird on the return.
Oh, come on, man.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
This nigga shook one nigga and they made him break the next tackle in the same motion. I hit one button.
Here we go.
Now the rookie from Boise State, Alexander Madison, trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Slow as shit, but he always seemed like he in the game.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They'll run for the first time with the former Bearcat, Mike Boone. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Mike Boone with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And they got the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep.
Get somebody.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
2nd and 5 now. Stafford. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13. They'll run on 1st down. Swift. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Popped his ass.
That ball was not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Oh, he got me.
On 2nd and 9. Stafford. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math.
And he loses the football a 2nd time.
Oh, come on, man.
So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
On 2nd and 15 now. Stafford, and his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hockenson, and it's 3rd down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, 22!
50, Mike's 50. Hey, defense. Hey, defense.
Five.
Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Out of the gun, Stafford. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Vikings will take over at their own 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Jim. Check 9. Check.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Second and 12 at the 29-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now this time, Wentz will throw. And that is incomplete. Demir Bird, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Throwing now is Wentz. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
250. 53. Ready.
From the gun, here's Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Ready. Waiting.
On 3rd down, Swift. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. 2 yards and able to get the 1st down in the process. Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 27-yard line.
Waiting.
You got 3 down.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. Open man, he's got him to tight end Hawkinson. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Good position,
really
and it's
looking
picked
for
off.
I just
And a
happened to
big
be right there,
turnover
shit.
there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. When you're on your own one-yard
that's why I
line
do
like
it to them one, because I thought it was going to be one-on-one with the damn line.
Down, get some space there. They elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it. Try and create some space, some room. And it went awry, didn't it?
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Set, go 20!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Vikings 5-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness.
Push the hunter right into the block. Right into the run.
Not even a thought.
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime, something to build on maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And Justin Coleman brings him down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Wentz now to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Oh, my God.
Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Wentz. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
74. Hey, Charlie.
Wentz now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Hey, Alpha.
Now Wentz. And he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Orbit. That's got to be a long. That's got to be a long down. 58's the mic. 58.
Shotgun now for Wentz. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete.
Bro, this nigga dropped it.
4 ticks left here on the clock. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. So we reach halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Oh, Swift. What is the speed? Like a 90?
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Whole lot of gang shit. Whole lot of gang shit.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you turn that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check the backer, check the backer. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill, kill.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down.
But when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
On 1st down. Boom. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Again, they're going to go with Boone. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
Here we go. 180. I got one. Check three. Shoot. Undercrush.
Now the Purdue man. This is Akeem Hunt. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Check. Check hot route. Hot. Out.
They'll run with Boone here. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Mike Boone, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. He juked him. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. They'll run on first down. Swift. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Looking to throw on second down. Stafford. It's complete to Jones. A big play there for Detroit. And even 40 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Now Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Check 52. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Hatch it. Check 13. Check 13.
On first down. Boom. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Boom. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here we go. 180! Check 31, check 31!
They'll keep it on the ground. Boom. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
You gonna see me in your nightmare! Check 24, check 24. Check 4. Slam.
They'll keep it on the ground. Boom. He's got a first down past the 30. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
My 40. All day, just like that.
Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and a mile. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good size run.
A really good run. But how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in? Or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Daniil Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. They're giving those short little routes, tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
He'll get this one to Galladay. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
A gain of 14.
In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Brings up
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end.
Stafford's pass. Complete to T.J. Hawkinson.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here we go on fourth down. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Right here, right here. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Let's go. Slap.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
But that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. They'll roll him out right. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
Season
December.
of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating.
He's got it at the 15. It's a big play there for the Lions. 57 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now it's Stafford. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. In for the score. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle.
Act like,
but on the other,
we ain't gonna act like Galladay did just snag some BS, bro.
Stop him.
I guarantee you, I know
No,
he's really
nigga,
excited.
no. We ain't gonna act like Galladay just snagged some BS on me, nigga. So,
they're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
shit.
And shedding the tackle, and now some room.
Oh, really?
There he goes, left side.
Oh, my God, bro.
Touchdown, Detroit. From
Nah,
end zone
nigga,
to
this
end
the
zone,
damn,
it's
what's
a
the name? I pressed X to try to make him turn
106-yard
around.
return. And
That
the
nigga got
Lions are
lost.
able to draw a bit closer.
Well, he made the right choice by result.
So we gonna
but
act like the Galladay shit didn't happen, I guess. Because I clearly jumped up and had it. That nigga just took it.
Instead of the 20. When guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there.
Damn,
So now the
fucked
other
up my
return
scoring average
teams
on the
out
year.
there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Plus, I went style and traded fast or something. I can't use that nigga. Not
Here are
for
the
what I'm trying
Vikings
to do.
now to start their next drive. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Tracy Walker. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Hey, let's go. Intercept.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Vikings, the win moves them to 12.